Well, hello there, and welcome to the latest Gribbly's Folly Sunday Antisocial Hour. I know this is a little unorthodox. I know that not all of you like Minecraft, but there's a very special reason that we are doing today's Sunday Antisocial here in the blocky world of Minecraft. And that reason is that IRL, in real life, I have shingles on my face. Now, here's the thing. I know you guys are here to listen to me complain. That's the whole shtick, right? Is that I complain, and I get it. And you would think that I would seriously complain about this, but I'm not going to. You know why? Because I actually got really lucky. My case is very, very mild. I am very grateful that I'm actually doing okay. However, I mean, just in the abstract, like objectively. I have to admit that as someone who A, has a face, and B, even though my face is has never been my most valuable asset, you know what I mean? It is kind of my brand at this point. It's like the thumbnail has nothing but my face. So even as I am not complaining, I must admit that objectively, this situation is less than ideal. It's suboptimal. It's not very good! And that is why you will not see my actual face in front of your actual face. That is why you are seeing my Minecraft character. And I'm just kind of glad that I make Minecraft videos every now and then, and I'm set up to actually record this because I don't know what I would do otherwise. Now, we're not actually gonna make like a Minecraft video, but I did want to do something a little bit special. This is in a world I've been playing around with. And we gotta make this a proper Sunday antisocial, right? So I've got a little project we're gonna work on. So I've had this little space here, a literal hole in the wall. I've had this since the first night in this world. This was where I sheltered on my first night, and I think I'm going to transform this into something new. So now it's time for a montage. Is that okay? Yeah, that's all right. And so the chair will go right about here. Perfect. This looks exactly like my garage videos. We'll just zoom in like we do in real life. Perfect. Welcome to the latest episode of the Gribbly's Folly Sunday Antisocial Hour. That time each week when I smoke my pipe. I'm not smoking my pipe right now. I'm not, because I'm sitting in my office. So the other reason, and it's honestly a better reason, the other reason not to make my video in the garage this week is that it's 500 degrees down there. Obviously, I've not been well. It's been a few weeks. I thank you for your concern, those of you who have asked, where is Gribbs? Gribbs' face is bleeding, and he needed a little time off. Here's what happened. You want to hear what happened? I'll tell you what happened. So I actually went to a photography workshop one day. I can't stand it. I'm sorry. All that work, and it's just, this is going to make a boring video. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't just watching my Minecraft face. Let's go caving or something. When you're a creative professional like me, sometimes you just have to know when an idea isn't working. Oh, this ought to be fun. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Hey, what? I'm trying to make a video. Come on. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, actually. This is a little upsetting. Did he just zorp into my garage? Is there what is happening? What is going on? Okay. He's in my garage. Where is he? No. Oh, I just dropped my sword. Come on. Let's go. Come on, bring it. Oh my God. Oh, he's still here. Okay, he's still here. Everybody be calm. We're just gonna chill out and put our armor back on very carefully here and grab our axe, and we're gonna wreck his face. Let's go. Come on. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Who's zorping now, buddy? And we didn't get an ender pearl out of that. Okay, well, I think we can see how the rest of this video is gonna go. Yeah, so, right, I was saying something and it was profound. I can't remember what it was, but I was at a photography workshop, actually, and I suddenly felt a pricking sensation on the side of my face. Like, it felt like the bite part of a mosquito bite. Not the itchy part, just the bite part, but it was like somehow more pervasive or like penetrating than just a regular mosquito bite. But you know, I didn't think too much of it. And then by the time I got home from the workshop, it was still there. I thought that's really strange. You know, and I looked at my face in the mirror, which is something I try not to do very much. There wasn't anything obvious. There was no red bump or anything. And then by the next day, there was a red bump, and it looked like a mosquito bite, like a particularly bad mosquito bite. Where's my cave? I found a cave down here. Yeah, this is it. You know, when you play with shaders, Minecraft becomes even more of a horror game than normal because you block your own light. Like this, it's spooky. So this might make for some good content, and we already died once. Anyway, I like the next day it was like a bad mosquito bite, and then the day after that, I had a horrible, angry red lump on the side of my face that was about the size of like a I don't know, a quarter. And then the next day, it was about the diameter of a teacup. At that point, I figured it was surely an infection of New World screwworm. Because as you know, I live in the United States, and Doge cut our funding for the program that prevented New World screwworm from coming back to the U.S. And so I thought, you know, I better go to the doctor and get some anti-screwworm meds. So I went to urgent care because the doctor was closed, right? So I go to urgent care and they take one look and they're like, you know, that fiery mass on your face, that is a bug bite, sir. That's all that is. And I'm like, man, I am an outdoorsman. I have been bitten by every bug in the world except for, well, in this part of the world. I mean, I haven't been bitten by I don't have a leishmaniasis. Or do I? But they swore up and down that it was a bug bite that had become infected. And as much as that did not make sense, I took the antibiotics, and I mean that's what I wanted, the antibiotics, because I was afraid of Lyme disease at that point. And so took the antibiotics, and I put a bunch of steroid cream on my face. And the next day, I had a wedding. In case you were unaware, I am a self-employed artist, and my primary income is as a wedding photographer. And so, yes, I showed up at a wedding with this giant angry lump on my face, and the wedding coordinator, she's one of these people that's like, oh my gosh, I'm dying. Oh my. What? Seriously? So yeah, I go to this wedding, and the wedding coordinator is like, she's one of these people that's just born to work weddings. She's born to be a wedding vendor. I was born to be a photographer, and I'm really good at it, and I like weddings a whole lot. But this person was like born to be a wedding vendor. You know, she was like telling me, she's in her early mid-20s. She just got her doctorate, but she gave it all up to like move to the mountains and work weddings. And in the last 6 months, she had worked 60 weddings, 60. And I'm thinking, yeah, like this is absolutely the person that I need to be networking with. And she's like, hi, I'm Emily. And I'm like, hi, I'm fat, middle-aged McLumpface. And she's just a vendor, you know? Then there's also the embarrassment of like looking like this in front of, I don't know, the people paying me. I swear all their guests were like, you know, oh, it's so nice of the couple to give their business to someone from the disfigured community. We've hit deep slate. This is good. Okay. So then by that evening, the one lump had started to it started to dissolve into several lumps. I'll be honest, I was starting to get a bit concerned, and so the next week, of course, you know, nobody's open on the weekends. The next week, what is going on? There's so many mobs down here. I booked an appointment with my dermatologist, and and yeah, he took one look at it, and he's like, "That's not a bug bite. That is shingles." I was upset. I'm still a little upset, but I do feel very, very fortunate. Actually, I think this is actually a net positive because the case is so mild compared to. Oh my gosh, compared to the pictures that I have seen on the internet, I have such a mild case of shingles, and now I know what it feels like when it gets started. And so if I ever feel it coming on again, I can rush to the doctor, and if they don't ignore me like doctors do for 2 weeks or whatever, if they actually pay attention to me, I can get antivirals very quickly, and that supposedly is like the best and only treatment for an outbreak of shingles. But it is true that I was not super keen to make an IRL Sunday Antisocial with a bunch of scabs all over my face. So I appreciate your patience coming along with me as I mine iron here in this cave. I know that not all of you are Minecraft fans. Those of you that are might not know that I have a separate channel that I don't really keep up with very much, but it's called Gribs Grinds, where I play Minecraft, and that's why I'm set up to make these videos. There was a creeper down here. Where'd he go? Oh, and there's a skelly. The skelly is actually a little more concerning than the creeper. Come here, you bastard. No! Okay, okay, all right. Everybody just chill out. Yeah, come and get it. Yeah, he's gonna kill me, isn't he? One of these guys is gonna kill me. Dude. Ugh. Ah! I have some of your Ask Gribs questions, and I intend to read them as soon as I get diamonds or something good. I thought we were looking at a deep slate cave. I thought we were going to be able to go down to the depths. I mean, there's a little bit of deep slate. Maybe we need to go this way. Yes, here we go. This is oh boy. For those of you that don't play Minecraft, we are looking at an abandoned mine shaft, and this is one of the more dangerous things you can find in Minecraft because it is full of cave spiders. Cave spiders are tiny, tiny creatures that spawn from spawners, so a lot of them spawn at the same time, and they can fit through any gap. Pretty much any gap. It's very hard to insulate yourself from them, and not only do they hurt you, they poison you. And so you guys are probably gonna watch me die a lot. In fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and make a forward operating base, put my bed down so I can set my spawn. We are going to make a nice base in this geode. Is it secure? It's not secure. Oh, it's definitely insecure, just like me. Okay, let's see what we can find down here. Oh, spooky. What is that? Oh, there's some treasure. There's some treasure. Okay, we're gonna just chop our way into this wall and make a base right here. I did bring a bed. I did not bring a bed. Okay, okay, that's fine. We just have to gather a bunch of spider webs and weave the spider webs into wool to make a bed. We just have to not die for a few minutes. Just a few minutes. Ooh, okay, okay. Maybe a few minutes was a little overambitious. Stay focused. Was that what I think? Oh, no. Oh, okay, okay. What is that? A zombie spawner. That's a zombie spawner. This is fine. This is okay. I'll take it, I guess. We got some more treasure, I guess. That's all right. Okay, I've got enough string, hopefully, to make some wool. We got enough to make 4 pieces of wool. That's enough for a bed. So scary. Okay, we get back in here, and we make ourselves a crafting table, like so, and then we make a bed, like so. And I have a rule against sleeping in white beds. I don't like that. Let's go find something to dye it with. Oh my gosh, thing's so hard on myself. I'm hearing a lot of moaning, and not the good kind. Just 1 piece of lapis. Just 1. It's all we need. Come here. Come on. Jeez. Aha! Aha! We found some lapis, and I think this guy's just a normal spider. Yep. Okay, let's dispatch him. Alright, cool. Grab the lapis. Quickly, please. Might as well grab these 2 while we're here. Actual diamonds. Very nice. Run back to base. And we'll dye our bed blue so we can actually sleep in it. I just don't like the white beds. You know, they remind me of hospital beds. Oh, we're sleeping. Our respawn point is set. Last time on the Sunday Antisocial, we were talking about social media and my upcoming tech divorce video. I said I wasn't going to make another Sunday Antisocial until I made that one, and yet here we are. And PRO has a comment here. Let me read it while I am trying not to die. I believe that a genius is essentially a nonconformist who sees beyond the usual or mainstream. I believe that social media tends to coerce people away from that. Would you agree? Your thoughts on the matter, please. Absolutely. He goes on to say, social media is a giant black hole that sucks people in, starting first with their brain, proceeding on to their individuality. And eventually, it eats up all of their life. I think that's exactly it. I think you have made a very insightful observation. It is designed to remove our individual thinking in the same way that Orwell described in 1984. If you take people's words away, you take their thoughts away. If you don't have the words to think something, it's very hard to come up with that idea from scratch. And that is one of the functions of social media. Is it's so saturating that it fills up our brains and removes the room that we would have for our own individual ideas. Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay. And I think that your definition of a genius, I mean, I don't know how to define a genius, but I think that you've pegged that pretty closely as well, because there's plenty of smart people in the world, you know, but there are very few geniuses, and I think that there is an element that is simply the uniqueness of thought. I mean, Einstein was a very neurodivergent dude. I think we all. That's not good. That's bad. That's just not. This is really, really bad. That is a cave spider spawner, right there. I don't hear them. It's strange. I don't hear them spawning. Why aren't they spawning? Did the spawner just not spawn? Where's the spawner? I don't like this. Oh, there's the spawner. This is bad. This is not good. Okay, there's already going. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, jeez. Okay, that was close. Oh no. Oh no, I hear some spiders. Did they spawn elsewhere? That's probably exactly what happened. Come on. Uh-oh. That's bad. That's bad. No. No. Oh, cave spiders are the worst. All right, we're slowly backing out. We're stuck in the spider web. Eat. Run. Where are the rest of them? I hear more. This is like incredibly dangerous. If I weren't making a video, I would not be doing this way. I'm a very conservative player and paranoid, but we're just going for it. Yeah. Come on up. Yep. I got you. Yeah. Oh, cool. Let's hope that was all of the cave spiders. Hello. No. I was supposed to knock him over the little ledge there. It didn't work. Best laid plans, right? You just can't get anything done, you know? Everybody's just in my way. Okay, let's proceed. Al Molitar says, aren't you too young to be a hipster with a typewriter? Yes, I am. Thank you for noticing. Power Level Appalachia, which is a great name, by the way, says, yesterday my wife and I picked up a yellow blazer. I assume that is like someone who has hiked a certain trail or combination of trails, the blaze aspect of it. Picked up a yellow blazer, a 64-year-old rock climber, and he asked to borrow a charger so he could update his 300,000 followers on TikTok. Which is fine, but also when it comes to tech, I think maybe we are cooked. When even our career vagabonds are so hooked in, I don't know what our societal paths out of our tech addiction are left. I know the answer is adjust your own mask before helping those around you. But when it comes to tech, the plane is definitely going down. Yes, that is the feeling I have as well. And I think that the answer of adjusting your own mask is true and also insufficient. It can be both things. We do need to adjust our own masks, but I don't know if that's going to save us from much. Like that horrible drop with a spider at the bottom. This is what I've been thinking a lot about my tech divorce videos. Like how do we at least deal with the your own mask first part of things? And I've struggled with this video, and we're gonna be doing it soon. I know I've been saying that for like 6 months now. I've struggled with it because there are no good answers. There's no solution. There's only like mitigation. Only ways in which we can protect ourselves individually, but we're not getting our society back. That's not going to happen. And I am not a tech expert is the other thing. And so I feel awkward talking about like cybersecurity stuff when I have no idea, how that really works. What is this? What is this? It's a lush cave. Very cool. Okay. Ooh, this is a very rare block. Deep slate coal. Let's mark this on our map. I just heard a lot of spiders. So maybe we just mark it on our map and then we GTFO. We're not getting our society back and we're not getting the internet back. And that is that's the thing that I'm really grieving. And so my video is going to talk about sort of my personal experience with that and what I really, really miss about the internet. And seriously, how many were there? Come on. Okay, we are low on food and torches, so it's probably time to start heading home. I think what I'm going to do is record a bunch of footage and then just do voiceovers over that because I'm lost and I don't know where I am and I need to focus. Oh, okay, all right, cool. We're just having a party down here and I was not invited. I see how it is. That's okay, I'm used to it. There we go, come on. Yeah! Kinjiro5775 says, there's a crucial ambiguity in the fox question. Who or what violated the fox? Recall that the fox was freshly f***ed, so there would be remnants of the deed present. This is not appropriate for this channel. I mean, it's not even a family-friendly channel, and this is still not appropriate. Rafa says, I did have an old professor that used to complain about students coming to the lab looking all happy and bushy-tailed. He would describe it as people looking like freshly f***ed squirrels. What? What is up with you people? Why are you asking me these questions? I mean, technically, this wasn't even a question. That's just weird. Then Rafa does ask a question. Ask Ribs, what is the etiquette for wedding pictures in public spaces? There's a park where I like to go and walk and work out, and come wedding season, it becomes hard to navigate. Picture-taking parties park themselves on bridges and impede foot traffic and bike traffic. Last time, a party occupied the parallel bars for a full hour just to hang their coats and bags. Surely that was not cricket. Cricket. That's what it says. Rafa, have you checked to make sure your carbon monoxide detectors are working? Like this is the second or third time in as many weeks where I've kind of been worried about your health. I will assume that was an autocorrect issue and not that I just don't know the Gen Z slang. I hope, because that wouldn't be cricket. Honestly, the real answer is there is no etiquette for wedding photos, because if someone is paying me thousands and thousands of dollars to take their picture, I will do whatever they want. And I know that sounds a little callous, but it's just how it is. I do make it incumbent upon my couples that they have to be the ones to source all the permits and stuff. So if we're shooting, for wherever we are shooting, I expect to be kicked out if it's a place like that, and then assume that my couples will say, we didn't know we needed a permit, and I will say, I specifically said you needed a permit. And you didn't get it. I don't do a lot of weddings in public spaces. I'm very close to the Blue Ridge Parkway. And so most of what I do that's kind of like what you're describing would be a pop-up wedding at an overlook, which you do need a permit for. But also, if you got 5 people standing there at an overlook, is anyone going to notice or care? I mean, we're not talking about like 200, people affairs with like all the decor and stuff. It's just, we're just standing there with some rings and an officiant. I think personally, I would advise my couples not to get married in a park where we're going to cause trouble. Anytime you're hanging coats on playground equipment, you've made a bad logistical decision. But again, I just work here, so I will do whatever anybody wants. But yeah, I mean, part of my job, part of any wedding vendor's job, is to advise the couple on what makes sense. And so I do often have conversations with my clients of like, this is what you're gonna run into if you try to do this. And most of the time, my clients listen to me. Usually, I am very fortunate to work with people who who are aware that the reason you hire an expert is to get expertise, that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for someone to stand there with a camera. You're paying for someone who knows what's up, who's done this before. And I'm also very fortunate to work with a lot of really good wedding coordinators that are, oh, look, we're back in, I forgot, we built a garage. Every year people ask me to tell a bunch of wedding stories, and every year I decline because I don't want any of my couples to see a video and then like if the video airs right after their wedding, even if it's not about their wedding, I don't want them to think that I'm complaining about their wedding, you know? But I think I can tell y'all this story. It's been it's been more than a couple of years since this happened, actually. When the cake gets rolled out at a wedding, that becomes my number one target. And it's always just, I'm a superstitious person. A lot of wedding vendors are superstitious. A lot of photographers are superstitious. And you guys have heard me already say that I won't sleep in a Minecraft bed that is not dyed a certain color. So yeah, that's how I roll. And one of my things is the minute that cake is revealed, I get a picture of it, just in case something happens. And there finally came a day when something did happen. And the something was that the father of the bride punched the wedding cake. I am not making this up. It was a very, very expensive cake. It's not often as a wedding vendor that, the cake gets rolled out and I'm like, that single piece of food right there, that was more expensive than I am. But this was one of those times, and so when the cake got rolled out, I was standing right there, and I made sure to get a picture. And then later, I was at the cocktail hour, taking candid shots of people schmoozing and stuff. And the priest came up to me, a man of God. He came up to me, and he was like, I really hope you got a picture of the cake already. And I was like, why, yes, I did. Why do you ask? Apparently, the father of the bride, he walked up to the cake, like on the cake table, and he was talking to some folks, and he was like, yeah, this cake is really fancy, it's really expensive, but the middle tier is fake. We don't have that many people at this wedding. Like the middle tier, it's just for show. It's like a cardboard with icing on it, and then, to prove his point, he punched the cake. What was he thinking? Why? Even if it was fake. I guess he was like trying to knock on it to prove it was hollow, maybe? Even if it was hollow, what are you thinking? Fortunately, the cake survived, but I did go back. And then they just kind of like turned the part with the fist print toward the wall. And I did go back and I got a shot specifically of the fist print, but at least it didn't at least the whole thing didn't fall over, That could have been, I would have still eaten it, but I bet some of the guests wouldn't. And that brings us to the shocking conclusion of this Gribbly's Folly Sunday Antisocial Hour. I hope you all have enjoyed our little Minecraft adventure. Thank you for being patient if you didn't. And as soon as my freaking face is healed, I will be back in the talking head chair in the garage, and we can get back to normal life. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next grind if you're a Minecraft fan, or otherwise keep the ends out for the ties that bind.